Most people who try to build a one-person online business fail, but it's not because they don't work hard enough. It's because they make a handful of deadly mistakes. I've built a multiple six-figure online business that makes $25,000 a month, and I've seen these mistakes over and over again in both my business when I'm trying to correct my mistakes and in other people's businesses. So today in this video, I'm going to show you the 5 biggest mistakes that people make so that you can avoid these and not go down the wrong path when you're building your own one-person online business. Think of these mistakes as landmines. You only need to step on one to blow up your entire business. So it's very important that you avoid all 5. All right, so let's dive in. The first mistake is thinking you need a team. When I first got into this, I had everybody telling me, the experts, the gurus, the online business wizards, they were saying you need a team. And what they were saying was you need a content person, you need a marketing person, you need someone who is in charge of your business, like your COO, you need all of that. And coming from a job where I managed people and was managed by other people, the last thing I wanted was to go build a machine of people to both manage and, well, nobody's going to manage me, it's my business. But the point is, I didn't want to have to manage a bunch of people. So I thought, is there a way to do this that doesn't require me to have that much of a team? Now, I will say over the years, I've hired people to do things. Like I've had a virtual assistant, I have an editor currently, but what I have found is that the leaner my team can be and the more I can rely on automation and systems and AI, which wasn't even around when I first started. I mean, it's gotten so easy to do this because of what's available to us with AI. It's been an amazing thing that I've found that you don't actually need to have a big, massive team. And what this does for you is it allows you to stay focused on what your business delivers. Here's what I mean. What your business delivers is the outcome for your customers. What are you helping them do? Who are you helping? What are you helping them do? And how are you helping them do it? The less time that you can divert away from that and on to managing people, the more effective your business is going to be. So don't get into this thinking you need a big team because it's just not true. You might need 1 or 2 people along the way. If you do video, it's very important to have an editor. You do not want to have to do all that yourself. And as your business grows, you might consider someone to handle email. But again, having this idea that to do this, you first need to line up the right people, it's just not true, especially with the automations that are available to us right now. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to point you to another video that shows the automations that I use that make my business work without a team. So stick around for that. Number 2, not building your email or text list. You have to own your audience. You do not own your audience on social. You are just renting space that can be taken away from you at any point. If you want your business to be a business with an asset that you own, you have to have a list. So if you're building an online business, and especially a one-person online business, and you're not trying to do the influencer model, do not ignore email. Use your content to drive leads to your email list so that they can see your offers. Conversion rates, in other words, the amount of times people buy, are so much higher in their email inbox than they are when they're scrolling social. It's not even close. So build an email list and don't let this one mistake crush your business. If I could go back to the very early days of my first online business, Preaching Donkey, the biggest thing I would change is I would start building my list sooner. Back in those days, I was chasing vanity metrics. I was trying to grow on Twitter, and then I was just trying to grow on YouTube, and then I was trying to get people to my blog. And I thought if I had enough eyeballs that it would be great. And it was awesome. I had a lot of eyeballs-ish, but I wasn't making any money. And the reason why I wasn't making any money is because people weren't seeing my offers. And they weren't seeing my offers because I hadn't captured them in a place where I could show them my offers. That happens most effectively in their inbox. So get their email address, get their phone number, and do it fast. And as always, if you need a way to automate the capturing of the email and the rest of your business, use Kajabi. It's the best there is. LaneSebring.com/Kajabi. You get a 30-day free trial. You get all 3 of my exclusive bonuses. It runs your entire business. It is the absolute best all-in-one online business solution. You can learn all about it over at LaneSebring.com/Kajabi. All right, number 3, one and done launches. You have to keep your products in front of people. You have to keep your offers in front of people. You have to make sure that they know that you have an outcome that they are searching for. You can't just put an offer out there and it sells or it doesn't sell and you're done with it until you build your next thing. You got to build evergreen automated systems that run in the background of your life 24/7, and you can't rely on launches. Launches are feast or famine, right? You launch a product, it's feast. Man, you're making money and it's great. And then the launch ends and it's a few months until you launch another thing, it's famine. You don't want that. That's not sustainable. You can't depend on that as your monthly recurring revenue. So don't do one and done launches. Do a launch, that's fine. I teach that in my course, Six Figure Fastlane, and then do another launch, that's fine too. But then put that product into your evergreen funnel as a part of your offer stack, and do it quickly so that you can move on to building the next thing that you're going to build that's going to solve even more problems in an even bigger way. And you keep compounding that over time, and you're going to have yourself a pretty awesome one-person online business. Number 4, chasing too many platforms. The truth is you cannot grow everywhere at one time. You need to pick one platform and double down on it. For me, it was YouTube, and I am so glad I chose YouTube. I recommend it to everybody, but it may not be right for you. If you're doing video content, it's awesome. If you're doing written content, it's not awesome. So just make the decision for yourself, but double down on the platform that makes the most sense for you. I think that for most people starting out, YouTube as their primary lead driving engine, that is their body of content, their library of content, with Instagram as kind of that supporting actor where you're showing highlights and reels and snippets and behind the scenes. That's like the 1-2 punch for content. Beyond that, don't try to be everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, X, LinkedIn, everywhere. Like, people that try to do that, especially from the very start, just burn out, because you just can't be everywhere all at once, all the time, without burning out, especially at first. And so get momentum on one platform. And then once you have that, then of course expand it. Absolutely. But focus on authority in one spot where your people are. Again, who, what, how. Who are you trying to help? What are you trying to help them do? How are you trying to help them do it? That who, that question of who, where are they? Where are they hanging out? If they're hanging out on YouTube, go be on YouTube. If they're on TikTok, go be on TikTok, and get them from that platform to your email list. That goes back to mistake number 2. If you just stay on the platform, even if it's one platform and you're doubling down on it and you're seeing lots of success, you still don't own it. It's still rented space. So get them from that platform to your email list, and you're going to be golden. Okay, finally, number 5, quitting too early. Here's the thing. This is somewhat of a slow build. You put these pieces together and it compounds over time. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill. If you give up too soon, you are going to forfeit a massive windfall, a massive harvest that is for you down the road. A lot of people put these pieces together and they have this mindset of like a job, right? You go to a job, you get paid for the work that you do. When you're building a business, there's a lot of upfront work that you don't actually reap the benefits for until later on down the road. And you have to know that going into it. You have to have that mindset. You can speed the process up. And I teach how to speed things up in my course, Six Figure Fastlane. That's why it's called that. It's like how to get to 6 figures as fast as possible. But even with that, you have to have a long game in mind. You have to know, I'm in this for the long haul. I'm not going to quit. I love what Alex Hormozi said years ago, that he was in a room with a bunch of billionaires and he thought he was going to be around the smartest, most capable people that he had ever met. And the one thing that was the most common denominator among these billionaires that were in this room was that they just kept going longer than everyone else. When everyone else was quitting and giving up, they stuck with it and they just didn't stop. They never stopped, never stopping. That has been my MO, my modus operandi the whole time that I've been in business, is just, if a video gets a lot of views, great. If a video doesn't get a lot of views, okay, fine. Another video, another product, another offer, another email sequence. I just don't stop. I just don't stop. And I'm not going to stop. And what has happened is that over time, it has built this business that now cranks out $25,000 a month on autopilot for me. And it happened gradually over time. And in some ways, it felt like it was overnight. Because at first, I wasn't seeing much. And then all of a sudden, it's like, wow, I'm at $5,000 a month. And then it's like, oh my gosh, I'm at $8,000 a month. That's the equivalent of 6 figures a year. Oh my gosh, I'm at $10,000 a month. I'm at 12. It's 15. It's 20. It's 22. It's 25. It's 30. It's like incredible what has happened. But it would not have happened had I given up too soon. So don't give up too soon. Now, Earlier, I told you that I was going to show you exactly how to automate systems so that you don't have to rely on a big team. That's where we started. You don't need a big team. Here are the 3 ways that I automate my business using 3 tools: Kajabi, Opus Clip, and ChatGPT. You're going to love this video because it's going to put a lot of these pieces together. It's right here, and I'll see you in there where we'll discuss all of this further.